he double Star Boy, that wouldn't be enough in this instance.
Yeah, it's
okay.
No.
Soul Charge coming down. This could be pretty big. Oh, the Solemn Judgment!
Wow.
If that set is a mere force, that'll actually hard counter John's only play right here, so that's one thing to consider.
Yeah, because he unfortunately cannot banish his snow.
Oh,
That's like
nice.
his lifeline. And it's Mirror
Oh my
god! What's going on, guys? It's Cimo, and welcome to the 2019 YugiTuber Grand Championship. Now, I know some of you guys might be relatively new to the channel, because I think I got like 50 or 60,000 new subscribers since we did last year's Grand Championship, so a lot of you guys might be wondering, what the hell is the YugiTuber Grand Championship? Well, basically this is a tradition I started that kind of got my channel off the ground and running. I essentially had the idea of getting YugiTubers, both big and small, to just compete in a single elimination deathmatch tournament so that one YugiTuber can claim that they are rightfully the best YugiTuber for that given year. And it's all in good fun and it gets super competitive, and I think a lot of you guys enjoy the spectacle of the Grand Championship. So I really hope you guys enjoy if you haven't seen this before, and to everyone else who's seen it, welcome back. So in this video we're going to be going ahead and covering the ground rules of this year's tournament, just so you guys know what to expect in the coming weeks. But before we get into the rules, I want to go ahead and give you guys the 16 competitors that are going to be competing in the 2019 YugiTuber Grand Championship. They are DZeef, Team Samurai X1, Mono Blue Tron, MCole40, Lithium 2300, Blade YGO, Jamie the Kid 00, House of Champs, Asian Persuasion 2008, Darren Stevenson, Team APS, Cimo, yours truly, Hardlight Gaming, Nim Nim, Farfa, and MST.TV. So these are your 16 competitors that are going to be vying for the crown of the 2019 YugiTuber Grand Championship. And as you can see, there's a lot of really popular names in here, some that you might not know too well, but I wanted to include some of the smaller guys that I really feel have a lot of potential to go far if they continue to hone their craft. So if you haven't checked any of these guys out, I'd highly recommend doing so. It's kind of my way of giving back to help promote other channels. So getting into the rules, first things first, this is a single elimination tournament, meaning that if you lose a match, you are out, and it is best 2 out of 3 for each of the different rounds. And if you want to make it all the way to the top, you're gonna have to go 4-0. If you win 4 matches in a row, then you are going to be the grand champion for 2019. Now, there is a couple other things we do need to discuss. First and foremost, we are going to be abiding by the January 2019 TCG Forbidden and Limited list. Now, I know we might be getting a new list in the next coming weeks, but we'll cover that a little bit later on. I don't think the format's in too bad of a place right now, so there's not really a lot of things we need to change. I know in the previous years we've like banned 1 or 2 cards, but for this tournament, I think we're pretty well off. The one thing I will say is that I am actually flat out banning FTK decks, so pretty much a deck like Gem Knight FTK, for instance, where its sole win condition is to try to win on the first turn with like 0 interaction. I'm just flat out banning any strategy that does that. And the reason for that is because it doesn't really make for a good spectacle. You guys don't enjoy it, we don't enjoy it, and I don't think really a lot of people enjoy it for the most part. So I just decided to make things simple and ban that. And I know we don't have like any, you know, like Danger Dark World FTK or Cyberstein FTK or whatever FTK deck isn't really running around or popular at the moment. I just wanted to make sure that that was clarified. Now, in addition to that, we are only using TCG cards, so nothing out of the OCG, so don't expect any shenanigans with like Crystron Needle Fiber or like Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon or any of that shit. It's going to be solely TCG cards, more specifically TCG NA. I know in the past we've had some discrepancies because like TCG EU didn't have like Link Karibo or something like that. I don't think there's anything right now that matters, but just to clarify, we are going to go by TCG NA's available card pool, just in case there's something I am overlooking. Now, the biggest and most important rule of the Grand Championship, and this is my personal favorite as well, because I think this is what makes the tournament so interesting, is that no player can use the same deck more than once. So what do I mean by that? Well, if someone goes 4-0 and makes it to the top, they have to use 4 different decks. So hypothetically, they could use like Salamangrate in round 1, they could use like Trickstar in round 2, True Draco in round 3, and then like Pendulum Magician in round 4. And what I really like about this is that it gives you guys a nice variety of matches to pick from, but there's also a very strategic element behind this as well, because if you think about it, you want to make it all the way to the top, right? So you're kind of incentivized to use the best decks first. However, if you use the best decks in the initial rounds, as it gets later on, you might have to pick a lesser deck that might not compete as well just because you made it to the top. And if you lose the first round, it doesn't matter if you pick the best deck or the worst, you're out, so it actually doesn't matter. So you have to kind of consider a lot of different things here. You have to consider what decks are available, you have to consider what decks you've already played, you have to think about what decks your opponent has already played, because maybe your opponent favors 1 or 2 strategies more than others, so you could infer, oh, they might play this deck, so I should play this deck because I know it has a good matchup against my opponent. So there's a lot of mind games with this dynamic, and it looks like a lot of you guys have also really liked this rule in the past, so I decided to keep it, and also makes it so that, yeah, there's still meta contenders, but for the most part, we are going to be putting on a good show for you guys, so I know that not everyone is going to be playing meta in this tournament. It also makes it that you have to have a bit of variety, and you're not seeing the same decks over and over again. A few more things to clarify before I wrap things up. The first is with the order of the Spellcaster Structure Deck. Now, this structure deck is going to be legal within the next couple days, so I'm going to make sure that people know it will be legal for the first round of the tournament. Basically, because by the time I get to uploading these matches and you guys start seeing them, it'll have already been legal for maybe like a half a week or so. So it makes sense that everyone can use it round 1, so I just wanted to make sure I clarified that. The second is in regards to Dark Neostorm, because Dark Neostorm is going to be coming out in the next coming weeks. I believe it's legal officially in the beginning of May. So essentially, when Dark Neostorm becomes legal, once we have a full round finish, so let's say we're gonna get to like the top 4 or the top 2 starting after Dark Neostorm has already been released, then that's when Dark Neostorm will officially become legal, because it's not really fair if like halfway through the round I say, oh, Dark Neostorm is legal, and there might be matches I still haven't uploaded yet from the previous round. So once that round wraps up, the next full round after the legality is when Dark Neostorm will take effect. The same is going to apply to if we get an April 2019 ban list. So essentially, if we get a new ban list, whenever that finishes, or whenever that round finishes rather, then what that next round, so let's say the ban list comes out during the round of 8, then once we move to the round of 4, that's when the April 2019 ban list will take effect. From what Konami's saying, the effect shouldn't be too great anyway, but it is still something to consider, and I just wanted to go ahead and clarify that now. Now, the last thing I want to discuss is how the YugiTuber Grand Championship is going to incorporate itself into the rest of the content that I bring you guys regularly. So what's going to happen is, rather than just bring you guys one single video a day, you know, a discussion or a match from the Grand Championship, I'm going to be uploading 2. So you're going to get what you've come to expect, you know, your meta analysis, your how to beat, you know, whatever your favorite discussion is that I post, you're going to still get that. But then a little bit later on in the day, maybe like 6-8 hours later, I'm also going to post a match from the Grand Championship. That way, if you've come to watch my discussions, you're going to get that. But if you also want to watch the Grand Championship, you're going to get something a little extra. So that way everybody wins, and I'm not taking anything away from any of my viewers. So guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the 2019 YugiTuber Grand Championship. Let me know which decks you're most excited to see. Let me know which YugiTubers you're rooting for to get to the top. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like the video as always, subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content, and if you really found this video entertaining, consider supporting me on Patreon or becoming a YouTube channel member, because just by showing your support in any way that you can, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time.